Are you consistently in debt for months following the holiday season as you pay off your credit cards? Are you dreading this particularly non-jolly part of the holiday shopping experience? Well, we have some tips and tricks for you to keep in the black and have a very Merry Christmas. As far as your bank account is concerned anyway, coming up next on BTP Fusion. The holiday season is a time for joy and celebration for people around the globe of many faith traditions. This is the time of year where family and friends come together, eat tons of turkey, and consume copious amounts of carbohydrates. Try saying that 5 times fast. They also try to desperately learn the words to carols and generally enjoy each other's company and the merriment that it brings. But one of the biggest traditions of this time of year is that of giving and receiving gifts. And that, of course, requires acquiring said gifts to give to friends and loved ones. A question on the minds of many holiday shoppers would be, so how do I keep from going broke? Well, listening to the following tips will for sure definitely help. First things first is you have to figure out your budget. Now, you probably knew this one was coming, but to keep your spending in line during the holidays, you need to decide how much you can spend. Besides gifts, many consumers will also need to pay for travel, family activities, and parties. So it's important to make a detailed budget that covers all of your upcoming expenses. If you know that you're a big spender when December rolls around, you may even want to set up a savings account in advance. Specifically for this time of year, you can get your holiday funds started early, and you'll know exactly what you can afford, and you know exactly what you'll be able to afford. And even if you do go over it a little bit, you still won't be as in the red as you would have been if you hadn't budgeted earlier on. Next little tidbit, do your gift shopping early. It's a lot easier to shop for deals and make smart decisions about what to buy when you're not scrambling for presents at the last minute by doing your gift shopping at least a few weeks in advance. You can also take advantage of the selection and prices available online without paying extra for expedited shipping. It sure beats going to the malls on December 23rd. Set up a gift exchange. If you have a large family, as many of us do, lots of friends, or both, you can spend lots of money trying to find the right gifts for everybody. Fortunately, there's a simple way to alleviate this issue, a gift exchange. Instead of getting a dozen gifts, you and everyone you invite can get just one, sort of like a Secret Santa arrangement. Set a gift value floor and ceiling. For example, say that every gift needs to be more than $15 and less than $40. This way, everybody knows what gift range they should be purchasing in, and no one tries to outshine the other. And no one can really just buy like a 1-cent trinket from the dollar store or something like that, right? We all know those people. And yes, I'm one of them. Next, use your holiday expenses for credit card sign-up bonuses. Now this one's a little bit of a surprise if you've heard any of the traditional advice about paying with cash during the holidays to steer clear of debt. I'm all about avoiding debt, but I also think you should take advantage of easy money-making opportunities. Think of it this way. You gotta spend money this holiday season. And probably more than usual. Actually, likely more than usual. It makes sense to get one of the credit cards with the best sign-up bonuses first and put your purchases on that card, as one bonus can be worth hundreds of dollars. Next, you want to keep track of your spending. Putting together a budget is only half the battle. For that budget to help you spend less, you need to track where your money is going. Otherwise, you could start with the best intentions, just to find that you went way over your supposed budget limits. And there are several ways that you can do this. So it all depends on your personal preferences. If you use Excel all the time, you can put together a spreadsheet. If you want to go the modern route, you can install a budgeting app on your smartphone. Now I'll list a couple in the description. And no, I know what you're thinking. I'm not getting a dime in affiliate cash for any of the links in my description. Feel free to take advantage of them without worrying about the associations thereof. Next, redeem points to pay for travel and experiences. If you've been using a travel rewards card, the holidays are the perfect time to redeem those points. Try to book as early as possible, as it gets tough to find award airfare and hotel stays on short notice. By the way, don't think that you're limited to only using your card's points on travel bookings. Many of the biggest rewards programs, including Chase's Ultimate Rewards and American Express's Membership Rewards, also let you use your points to book experiences and activities. This was going to be key. Do not get suckered by sales. Even though it's natural to look twice when you see a sign advertising big discounts, resist the temptation to buy something solely because it seems like a great deal. Those discounts often aren't as steep as they appear, since retailers may raise prices beforehand, specifically for the purpose of slashing them later. And if you're only buying something because it's on sale, then you're not saving money. You're spending extra. When in doubt, stick to your shopping list and your budget. Maybe it's time to set some expectations. Setting expectations means that you need to be realistic about your finances and what you can afford to spend to accomplish your goals. You've heard it before. It's the thought that counts. Think about how to use your money wisely in a way that you can have the greatest return. Similar to the last one, set your limits. Nobody wants to hear the word budget when it comes time to holiday shop. Nevertheless, if you're in a financial crunch, this is exactly what you need to do. Next, get organized. Establish a list of recipients and the amount of money you can afford to spend on each one of them. Remember, this does not mean charging everything to your credit card that you cannot pay off when it's due. Just as you need to live within your means the other 11 months of the year, this too should be a plan that considers the amount of money you have saved or have on hand that you can use for your gifts. Next up, you gotta resist the urge. Now, we all want everyone to be happy during the holiday season. We sometimes think that giving the ultimate gift is the only way that can happen. That is not necessarily the case, and that kind of thinking can put you in a large hole when your bills are due. We all know someone that would be thrilled to get the latest and greatest cell phone, running shoe, or trinket. But that's just not going to be in the cards if you stick to the simple rules of your budget. Most people who understand the value of a dollar and perhaps have some indication of your situation or the economy should be grateful for whatever gift you give them. Think about a sweat equity type of gift. Now, sweat equity gifts can mean just as much as something from a department store. Think of things like handmade certificates for free babysitting or cat sitting services, yard work, similar tasks that might ease another's burden. Think about a home cooked meal that your relatives would probably prefer over a box of candy or another pair of black socks. This one's gonna be key. Share your hosting responsibilities. Whether your family is just coming over for dinner or spending the week, and the grocery supplies and even decorations should be built into your spending plan. And if you're responsible for the big meal, don't be afraid to ask for guests to pitch in. Maybe make your holiday party a potluck. A potluck is a great way to minimize spending and to make guests feel more included. Maybe give friends and family a way to participate in the big meal by making their secret family recipe for pumpkin pie or other similar desserts. Give them responsibility for coming up with the stuffing. Maybe ask attendees to bring their traditional family side dish. Improve participation by all involved is a great way to bring everyone closer together, along with decreasing costs for you. In today's day and age, there's just no excuse for not shopping smarter. Always comparison shop your pricey gift purchases. Even just a few extra minutes of research can make all the difference in your holiday savings. Next up, give homemade gifts and experiences. There are several ways to get creative with your gift giving, so don't find yourself blowing your entire budget at Best Buy or Apple. Your gift doesn't have to be bought at a department store to have meaning. Homemade gifts are potentially less expensive than those bought in a store, and it can generate every bit as much gratitude, and in some cases even more. And let's not forget about giving meaningful experiences instead of just gifts. Set aside a day to spend with extended family that you don't see often, or volunteer to host a group dinner with friends. You can even volunteer together with family and friends at a soup kitchen or other worthy causes. Remember, research shows that people enjoy experiences more in the long run than over physical gifts. If you got little crumb crunchers, don't give in. Everybody knows how demanding little kids can be. It's up to you to be the adult in the room, however. Every parent wants to deliver a memorable holiday season for their child or children. That could mean buying them everything that they want, but for many parents, that's just unrealistic. And oftentimes that just spoils the kid rotten. But speaking of holiday finance, be sure to click that subscribe and notification bell, because the next video on BTB Fusion is going to talk about some holiday investing secrets. I hope this video helped to give you some ideas on how to stay in the black during the holiday season. No one gets out of the holiday season completely unscathed financially, but you can at least keep your spending to a reasonable amount. By implementing some of the above tips, you could realistically cut your expenses in half and start the new year without any new debt. Remember, this is the season of giving, not the season of spending. Now be sure to check out some of the links in the description below for some reading on the topic, and we'll definitely see you next time.